We need to prepare for the data revolution. We've got to envisage a world where basically you will have, in Europe, they're now projecting that by 2020, the average person will have 8 connected devices. That's half that. Let's say it's 4 devices in South Africa. That still means about 200 million devices that we have to cater for. Now, to be able to do that, we have to prepare our networks for that, which means you have to roll out a lot more coverage. You're going to have to have 3G, 4G, carrier aggregation, 5G in future. But the technology has to evolve. Behind that, you're going to have to put out a lot of fiber, because your fiber gives you infinite capacity. And the network needs radios, but it also needs fiber. And obviously it needs the crucial part, which is spectrum. But essentially, that fiber then starts to take you playing in that space. But that data growth has to be serviced in 2 ways. It's got to be serviced from a mobile perspective, but it's also be serviced from a fixed perspective. So South Africa has 14 million households. I'd say 3 to 4 million you'd have to service with a fixed connection, and your business sector has to be furnished with a fixed connection. And then your mobile you can furnish with the other 10 million with a very fast mobile connection. But the problem that you're going to have is that on the fixed side, today we're sitting at below 7% penetration. So we're not in a space where we can compete globally. So everything is moving into the cloud. So businesses will have the ability to access software which they never had opportunities to do before. If you were a small business in the old days, as I like to call it, essentially you bought your software, you loaded in your server, and that's what you were subjected to. Now there's so many new innovative tools, things like customer value management, big data analytics. All these things can help you transform your business quite exponentially. And we're seeing it in our own business. What this gives you the opportunity to maximize how you sell into your bases, how you do different things. And you need these tools. So to have these tools, it will be too expensive for small companies. So the big companies, the likes of the Oracles, the SAPs, and so on, have realized that, look, there's something called a SME, and there's this big untapped market. So let's put the software in the cloud and give them the ability to access it. But to be able to do it, that will change, I think, the face of how companies operate. But to access it, you're going to need a very strong connection. Mobile will not do it for you because you need infinite data. You don't want to be constrained by being charged per meg. You want to be able to have infinite data so that your sales teams, your staff, can access and be able to utilize that data as much as possible. Now, if we're going to compete in a global scale and we want to have, hosted call centers and we want to do all these different things, we're going to need more and more fiber. We're going to need these strong connections. And I think in there lies the opportunity with Neotel. So what Neotel gives us, it gives us the ability to go play in that space, but having a company that really truly has the DNA and the skills to be able to do it. Vodacom fundamentally is a mobile company. So yes, we're playing in fixed now, and yeah, we've got our let's call it our fixed business in South Africa is about a 1.3 billion business, but it's not completely in our DNA. So if we take fiber to the home, fiber to the business, and we've got Neotel as an asset, we capitalize the business properly, and you can basically grow it. So when the purchase came up, it was a 7 billion rand deal, and to be honest, the biggest frustration for me was there was no one else stepping up to the plate. So lots of detractors, a lot of noise, but no one stepping up to say, we'll do it. We'll take on the responsibility of being the second network operator and put in the capital that's required. So, Neotel, the problem is done extremely well with its hands tied behind its back because it's a capital constrained company. Telecoms is about capital investment. We spent last year in South Africa 8.6 billion, including acquisitions about 9.5. When you look at that, it's, I liken it to we do a World Cup every year. That's the amount of infrastructure we build every year in the country. And the jobs that gets created and so on and so on. So the point is that and you're bringing prices down. So you're bringing prices down between 20 and 30% a year, but you've got to offset it with massive amounts of data growth. And the demand is there, you've got to provide the capability. So, we're seeing it in this. Our first quarter results actually bears a little bit of the investment that we put in under Project Spring, because, you get your investors who say, but is it really going to materialize? You're putting this capital in, are we going to see the returns? And I think we're very encouraged that data revenue increased to basically 35%. Well, 34% of our revenues at a 35% growth rate.